So for the last couple of weeks in my ancient history class, my Greek ancient history class, we've been talking about Homer's Iliad and Greek heroes. And more specifically, actually, my last class meeting, we talked extensively about Greek heroes and the qualities that these Greek heroes had and why it was important to the ancient Greeks, especially right around the time that Homer wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. This is a period referred to as they're coming out of the Dark Ages and they're hitting into the Renaissance of ancient Greece. And so if you take a look at the heroes of the Odyssey, you're going to have guys like Achilles, Hector, Paris, Ajax, Agamemnon, Odysseus. And the one thing that these guys all have in common, and I am going to include Achilles, even though some people would say he's not quite human. He's got his mother is sometimes referred to as a sea nymph, as other times is referred to as a goddess. So she lives and exists in this sort of limbo of what sort of immortal being she is. But the fact of the matter is she is immortal. Therefore, that puts Achilles automatically above humans, mankind, because he's part immortal. And so, anyway, so he exists within the pantheon of these heroes, these Greek heroes. But I don't know. I don't really think he belongs just because he's just not quite human. But the point is that these guys all had qualities that the ancient Greeks looked up to. These guys were something to aspire to. They had qualities about them that were good for society. They were good for Greeks, and we have those today. We have people that you idolize, that are your heroes. There's no other way to put it. You might have your hero might be a musician or an actor or an athlete, but there are people out there that have a certain quality. Now sometimes you can't quite wrap your head around it, but that they have a quality, and you want to be just like them, or maybe not entirely just like them, but you want to be in their position one day. And you're probably looking at the title of this video and you're going, Tony, what the hell does Greek heroes have to do with I can't? And I'm glad you asked. And if you didn't, I asked for you. The point is, though, is that like the Greeks, today we have people that we look up to. Some people would call these people heroes. Other people would, idols, or just, people they admire. But the point is, though, is that all these people, much like the Greek heroes, they have this quality, they have this drive, and this determination, and they have this, and it's really cheesy to say, they have this, they wake up in the morning and they have this I can attitude. It's like, it's so cheesy. I'm having a hard time saying it. But the point is, though, is it's true. These people that say if you're you idolize or you're a fan of, or you want to be like a famous musician, or YouTube commentator or writer or photographer or movie maker or whatever it is that you aspire to do, there's somebody in a place that you admire and you want to be like them. And so the point is that you really can't get anywhere in life thinking about I can't do this, I can't do that. So negativity is what breeds unsuccessful people. And that's really at the heart and soul of this commentary, is just this idea that, the best route in life is to be positive. And it's really hard sometimes. It's really hard to be positive when you've got a lot of negativity around you. And so I find it is really easy to buy into the negativity. My older brother is a guy who personifies that exact sentiment. He really buys into the negativity, from his Facebook posts to conversations that I have with him, everything that he says, and I don't want to say represents, because that's really harsh, but a lot of things he says and he puts out in the world has a very negative spin on it, and it's really hard to get behind somebody like that, who's always like, the world is out to get me. Of course that happens to me. And I know that we all think it sometimes when things are not going the right way, just like, wow, why is it only me that something happens to? And it's hard to get out of that sort of mindset. But I mean, it is possible. And I think it's very important for people to sit down and have this sort of, can-do attitude, as cheesy as that is, because I don't think anyone gets anywhere in life going, I can't do this. Because if you say I can't do this, then that really means that you've given up. And sort of the best analogy that I can come up with is in the gym. And I don't know how many of you guys actually go to the gym or work out or whatever. But when I was younger, when I was in high school and kind of up to recently before I caught that touch of pneumonia, I was working out with my dad, 3 times a week. And there were times when I was working out with my dad, and my dad's a former Marine, so this man knows how to work out. He's in pretty good shape. He's training for a marathon or a half marathon. And so there's times where we're working out, and he's able to do what he wants to do when we're working out. And I, on the other hand, I mean, I'm in okay shape, but I'm not in the shape that I would love to be in. And there's times where he's sitting there, like, oh, do 3 more, you got 3 more, 4 more, 5 more. No, you can do an extra set. And in my head, I'm going, no, I can't. Like, I can feel my body. I cannot do an extra set. But you know what? Because I don't want to disappoint my dad, I get down there and I do those 3 or 4 extra. I do that extra set. And you know what? I feel great. I feel awesome that I was able to get that extra set. So there's something that's incredibly rewarding about being positive. I mean, you take a look at, if you're to use myself as an example, because it's really the only example that I have. I don't really know of any other cases offhand that I can just, spurt off off the, off the top of my head. I can just be like, blah, these people, and, you could just do exactly what these people did. So I really only have myself, and I hope that myself as an example aids you guys. I was a really bad student in school when I first got out of high school. I was a good high school student. I had a 3.0 plus average. I got the good grades. But when I got out of school, I just didn't care about school anymore. I didn't really want to do anything with school. There was nothing that interests me about school. And so I dropped out. And I dropped out a lot. I mean, it was not just like one semester and I was like, okay, I'm over this. It was a continual, just a constant, get back to school, drop out, get back to school, drop out sort of a situation. And it's a part of my life that I'm not particularly proud of, because here I am, older, in my late 20s now, and I'm looking at this going, you know what, if only I would have, just kept my ass in a chair and did what I had to do to get my degree, I would be somewhere else right now. I wouldn't be what I'm doing now. I wouldn't be at this place. But then again, there's a part of me that goes, okay, you know what? Maybe things happen for a reason. Maybe there's a reason why I failed out of college a bunch of times, and now here I am, making YouTube videos and going to school and pursuing the avenues that I'm pursuing. So there's that part of my personality that is a little fatalistic, I guess. I got this sort of, now it's fate speaking somewhere to me. But to kind of rein in that really long tangent, the point is that there was a time where I thought that I couldn't do school, and those feelings stuck with me for a really long time. And it wasn't until I got back to school in 2007. And to give you a little backstory, I'd get about to the 6-week mark in any sort of college semester. So that's almost to midterms. And I'd get about 6 weeks into class and I'd just be like, man, I just don't want to be here. I'd stop showing up to classes. I wouldn't do any of the reading material. And I mean, this is junior college. I mean, this is like really easy shit. It's really easy to get good grades in a junior college. There's pretty much, I don't want to say no effort, but there's a minimal level of effort required for a junior college, especially in the 100 and 200 level courses. So there was this time where I just thought I couldn't do this. I just can't do it. And I let that fear, and I let that some would call it a weakness, I let that take over, and I dropped out. I dropped out a bunch of times. I mean, I took a range of courses. I took, just the general ed courses. I took auto shop, photography courses, everything, under the sun. I even took guitar lessons for like a few weeks, and I did drop that too. It was just sort of what I did, and like I said, I'm not proud of it, but it's a fact of life, and I'm hoping that I can pass on certain things. Like I said, this whole mentality. So to move on, I mean, here it is, 2012, in the fall of 2012, and I am, 3 classes away from graduation. Taking two out of the 3 that I need this semester, and I'll be taking one hopefully during this winter break. But the point is I'm at a position in my life where I never thought I would have a bachelor's degree. I never thought I would be able to achieve that. However, there's a difference between I thought I would never have this and thinking I'm never gonna get that. And I hope you can see the difference, because one is surprise and one is just, no, that's not gonna happen ever. No matter how hard I work, no matter what I do, I'm never gonna get it. And fortunately for me, I have found that, with a little elbow grease, and determination and positive attitude, I've been able to jump over these hurdles that I have. And the same goes with currently. I mean, it's not like these hurdles ever end. I'm going through some hurdles right now with language requirements. I'm not having the greatest time trying to learn Spanish, but really, you stick your nose to the grindstone and you work. And I know earlier this year, I was just like, I can't learn Spanish. It was during the summertime when I was having a hard time with Spanish. I was like, I just can't get it. I don't understand it. And I had a defeatist mentality, and I failed my summer Spanish course because of it. But here we are in this semester. I've come into this semester going, okay, I can do this. I need to do this. I need to get this class so I can graduate. And my outlook has been different, and suddenly my grades have turned around. So what I'd like you guys to do, I mean, if you're in a position where you feel like you're negative, you can't do something, try and be positive and see what sort of changes occur in your life, because I think you'll be surprised to find out that you're going to have a lot more positive changes in your life if you go from an I can't attitude to an I can attitude. And it's hard at first. It really is hard at first. It takes a lot of balls, guts if you're a girl. But it takes a lot of guts to change that about yourself. And just one little quick anecdote before I take off, because I'm running over time now. There was this theater class that I was in, and I was in this point in my life where I was trying to join the National Guard, and I had college credits and I wanted to become an officer, and I felt myself walking tall. I was walking tall, and there's a funny thing that happens when you're that guy walking tall and you look at people in the eyes and they look away, because you're exuding this confidence. People they're not ashamed to look at it. It's out of, I don't know, it's this weird situation where if you totally have confidence and you're walking tall, people take notice, and they kind of move out of your way. They respect that confidence. You don't this sounds like a total dickish thing to say, but you don't move out of the way for other people. People move out of the way for you. And it's not that you're refusing to get out of the way like you're a big dick or something. People just will move before you move, because you're walking with so much confidence. People read that. Women, if you're a guy, women are attracted to that. If you're a girl, you're attracted to men that have confidence. I don't know, I don't know how many guys are really into like super aggressive, overconfident girls, but I mean, there is a certain level of confidence that I know that I need in a woman, and if they don't have it, they're just not all that interesting to me, because they're just little, I don't know, they just don't really do it. The point is you can take that point where I was walking tall and I felt confident, and you could compare that to a time later on where I was getting, like during the summer school class, where I was getting beat up by school and I was in this negative attitude, and I could feel my shoulders hunching. I felt the weight of my backpack. I wasn't standing upright. I wasn't standing tall. I didn't get the same sort of, gosh, I don't want to say respect, but there's this sort of acknowledgement of the confidence that I had. Suddenly I was the guy walking with both, you know, hands on my arm straps, you know, and I was the guy kind of hunched over, and here I'm 6'3" and you know, kind of hunched. You know, that's just kind of, that's a good analogy, a good comparison of the two. So now I'm at a position where I feel myself walking tall again. I'm at a place where I'm starting to get more confidence again. I'm recovering from this period of time where I had lost all this confidence because of a class, and I let the negativity get to me. And here I am now in a position where, you know, I'm determined and I'm excited, and I'm feeling the confidence rising within me. And I think it's situations like that help you as a person sort of grow. And I know that my subscribers, whenever I look at the demographics on the YouTube analytics within the channel, you know, it tells me that I've got a lot of younger subscribers. And I think this is stuff, and it goes throughout your life as well, but I think this is a lot of stuff that should be shared. So basically, I should probably have this come to win, because I'm probably almost doubling the time in the video. But if you're having a rut in life, you know, try to find a thing to make yourself become more positive, you know, and it's not really an easy thing to do, but it starts with just one little thing, you know, and it's a start. It's just a thought, you know, instead of like, I can't, let's just start thinking I can, and build on that and let that grow. And I know I totally sound like Tony Robbins right now, and I should probably like tell people you're healed or something, and go out and be the best citizen you can be, or something like that. But I'm gonna have to end it right here. Anyways, guys, this has been the second episode for Tony Tuesdays with Tony, and I hope it helped. And it comes really from a very personal place for me, because I've gone through situations such as this. So if you guys have suggestions for, say, like next week's video or something to talk about, I didn't tackle the Iran situation like one of the comments said last video. One, I just didn't have time to research it. Two, I don't really know much about it, so I guess I should say I don't really know much about it. And then because I didn't have much time this week, I didn't have the time to actually go through and research it. So anyways, guys, I just decided to do this I can't video. I guess I should say it's more of an I can video. But so don't let I can't get you down. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you later.